And in this episode, we hear me rant about computer problems while this madman talks about comedy.
I mean, okay, well, the reason I started said monologue, that I'll do again, won't be the same, just saying, I didn't write it down, is because, someone said they don't think comedians should make as much as they do, not realizing that comedians don't make as much as they do. Because they don't make very much. I mean, it's like $5 for a Actually, no. Beef at Brady's to go see a comedian. It's absolutely free. They make money off of people buying food and drink. And most of the comedians get paid in food and drink. Yep. So, Jodie Whittaker, meet the first female Doctor Who. I could go on a rant about that, but yeah. Nope. I think it was 2007 or 2008. Louis C.K. made $1 million off of selling his special for $5 on his own website, and donated half of that to charity, because that's what comedians do. You can't blame a comedian for the amount of money they make. You can blame yourself for paying the amount for tickets to go. But groups of people, you can't go, oh, I'm angered that comedians make X amount of money. Well, no, you can't blame them. People want to go see them live. They charge X amount of money, which half of that goes to the venue that they're playing at anyway. So they're making half the amount of money you think they're making. And then they do that in town after town after town, in city after city after city, in state after state after state, touring non-stop. They're always working. You know? But yeah, any headlining comic has an opener that comes with them, so they pay the opener. Either way, you can't say, oh, I'm angered by how much they make. Ooh, but I definitely want to see them live when they come to town. That's so hypocritical. Where are your ethics then? Where are ethics then? It's me talking about ethics with no emotion. But yeah, either way, you can't.
She's stark raving.
Yeah, you can't do that. It's the same thing with podcasters. Podcasters wait until good podcasters wait until 10,000 people listen to their podcast before they monetize their podcast, and it's 99 cents. So they make $10,000 if 10,000 people buy their podcast. Even then, most podcasts are still free because those people have other things that they have to do. Comedian that does a podcast, if they do that, they have it free somewhere where you can listen to it. They have it on YouTube where you can watch it for free with a video, where it's monetized, yes, but you're not paying anything on that. That's ad space. Oh, that was weird.
Yep.
So now, I mean, you have to deal with ads, but what's the problem with that? You listen to them give you an hour worth of content, minus a minute to tell you about Dollar Shave Club or something else ridiculous. And then the comedian then goes around touring where they have to go on a radio station where they might get paid for that, but either way, it's them publicizing what they do. And if it's on a news program, they're definitely not getting paid. So they have to go to town after town after town, city after city after city, being heckled, assaulted and berated with people who don't like them but still pay to see their show. So if you don't like it, don't pay to go see it. If you do like it, please pay to go see it, because that's where they make their living. And they also do other things like write for commercials, write for TV shows. That's why stand-up comedians are also comedy writers, because that helps them out. In Britain, it's so much easier to be a comedian, because if you're actually funny, they'll put you on a panel show. If you've got like stage presence, and they'll be like, hey, this person's funny, watch their comedy. Like, this hate for comedians just angers me. Because let's take comedians out of the equation. There's no more stand-up comedians, which means there's no more comedy writers, which means there's no more funny people on television, because most of the talk show hosts today are stand-up comedians.
I accidentally found Satan.
Good. We can call him and he'll be on the podcast next. Take away every stand-up comedian that does something now outside of stand-up comedy. You lose 50% of the podcasts. You lose all the good podcasts. You lose Good God with God.
There's good podcasts?
Yeah, there are. Don't be surprised. You lose all entertainment that makes you laugh. So now you're just left with drama in a dark and dreary world. And slowly, but surely, we all die, and unfunny people will make jokes and tell crappy stories. Because if I have to hear one more funny story from someone about their thing that happened, and it's just a thing that happened, and there's nothing funny about it, I will burn this planet to the ground myself.
I really hope you don't.
Well, if I have to hear one more unfunny story about something funny that happened. Because irony isn't comedy. Irony can create comedy, but it's not just comedy. Like, oh, here's something that ironic that happened. I was looking for my glasses, and I was just searching around for them everywhere. I was like, where could they possibly be? And then they were on the top of my head. Isn't that a funny story? Anybody who tells that story sounds like a real jerk.
Again with that.
It's funny to me.
Well, I say again, but it's not really again from their perspective, is it?
Nope.
This is the first episode, isn't it?
Yeah. Episode 1.
So this is actually recorded after the first, 8 episodes. I'm just lazy with the editing.
Yep.
Improv theater?
Is that just your way out?
What?
You sound like everyone who does improv.
Well, do you...
Oh no, nothing's funny's happening. Oh, improv. Whoa.
Well, no, it's just...
See, you're publicizing the app that you created yourself, using my ideas. So
Who programmed this thing?
yeah,
It was me.
Who gave you the idea? Who actually
Me.
told you to do it?
Me.
I told you to do it.
Lies.
That's actually.
I'm
should have been
suing
recording it
him.
that time. Nope, you can't sue me. We've already signed a contract, 50-50.
We have signed no
The
contracts.
Philosopher's Stone recorded all.
He's holding a purple...
It's the Philosopher's Stone.
He's holding a purple plastic diamond.
It's resin.
Okay, in all seriousness though, improv theater, you'll like this one. A mall clerk and an alt-rightist in Parliament with a bomb.
Oh, that's easy.
Now I have that rhyme stuck in my head.
What?
Remember the 5th of November?
Oh, yeah. That's the greatest. Oh yeah, it does rhyme. You know, I never thought about
Remember
that.
the 5th of November?
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I remember about that is my dad, the first time he ever told it to me, and then...
The gunpowder treason and plot?
Yeah.
I can think of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot.
Yeah. And also, why do Americans think that Guy Fawkes was a hero of some sort?
We threw your tea in the harbor.
Oh yeah, that's right, because you guys are idiots who just hate...
I've never argued with this.
Yeah, Guy Fawkes was a... Just for any Americans listening, Guy Fawkes was not some sort of revolutionary hero.
He was
He
just
was
a moron who tried
yeah.
to blow up Parliament.
Yeah, he was an idiot. And that movie that they made,
V for Vendetta?
yeah.
That wasn't even about him.
No, it wasn't. But people think it was. They think that they don't know that it was a comic book. Some people don't. There are many people who know that it was a comic book and that the film was inaccurate to the comic book, like most comic book films are.
Just in case you're wondering, the improv generator we use isn't just good for improv. It's also good for starting a conversation piece.
Yeah. But yeah, the way we learn it is that
I just want to know why an American alt-rightist is in Parliament.
Does it say American alt-rightist?
It just says alt-rightist.
There are alt-rightists in
I'm
in
sure, but
Britain.
it's heavily
They're
implied.
called UKIP. You've never seen UKIP, have you? UKIP is the devil. It's a bunch of old white guys who think their country's being taken away by the
This podcast, ladies and gentlemen,
By
where
the-
we make jokes
by
about
the
Parliament
by
despite
the-
recording in America.
by the Sambos and the Ching Chongs and whatever other racist term they probably use. That they definitely use. Anyone who says they're a part of UKIP, you can guess they're a racist, because it's specifically old white men in their 40s to beyond, and beyond the grave, and a few younger white guys who hate blacks, the Sambos, and the Nignog. Well, that's the same group, and all the other races that aren't white. They think that England's a white nation and that's how it should stay. And then one of them will say, well, yeah, but the other groups can be there, but this is a white nation and we just want people to admit that. No.
What?
No.
White nation?
Actually, technically it is a white nation. I mean, it was started by, the whites. But
It's also Europe.
yeah. But in the context of that idea, it was started by white people
Yes,
as a nation for that group of white people. And then
This feels like an
They brought
argument
in
about
slaves.
saying that the Americas were a Christian nation whenever they were founded.
Yeah, but
They weren't.
Yeah, they were. They were alt-rightist Christians that wanted a nation of their own, so they were okay with killing off a group of brown people.
That's what the alt-rightists said.
Oh wait, no, sorry. That's what the alt-leftists say. That's what the alt-leftists say.
Yeah,
Why do they have to put alt in front of themselves?
Okay. No, I gotta know. Why is it that you get to make the jokes about American politics and I make the jokes about British politics?
I make jokes about British politics. I just made a joke about
UKIP.
The most racist group on the planet.
My point still stands. Why am I the one making jokes? Why do I make jokes about British politics?
Do you know about British politics?
Vaguely.
There you go. Like if I had a nickel for every time I made a joke about David Cameron or Nigel Farage, and I know that name makes him sound like he's not an old white guy that hates all minorities, but he is. 19 years later, all the questions I still have for J.K. Rowling. The only question I have for J.K. Rowling is, when will you stop?
That's the only necessary question.
She has essay after essay after
Oh, that's what episode 7 was going to be. I knew we had planned it. Since I knew 1 was going to be off Warehouse 13, because it was too late in the... Early?
Early, late, same thing.
Late in the morning, so we decided to record the 8th episode before, the first 5.
Yeah. Alright, this isn't the Doctor Who episode, but I just want to say, the only problem I have with Jodie Whittaker being Doctor Who is that she's from the north of England. Which means I have to deal with that annoying accent again.
Eccleston?
Yeah.
Lots of planets have a north.
Yeah. I'm from the north of England as well. But it doesn't sound like it. There's a reason for that. That accent is annoying. It really is. When I was a kid, I used to find myself annoying from the way I talk. It's like Oasis. The band Oasis. The most annoying thing in the world.
We're gonna get sued?
No, we're not. WWE won't sue. For so many reasons. One, because, they don't care. Like, they've got all the money in the world. And plus they've got a thing that works. If you want to talk about podcasts, so many of those wrestlers have podcasts and YouTube accounts. It's great. It really is.
America.
Yeah, America. Nation of racism. But yeah, name one black.
Get yelled at
Name one
so
black
much.
guy on the Mayflower. Name one. Name one Jew on the Mayflower.
I don't know
Exactly.
who's on the Mayflower.
You can't.
I can't name a white guy who's on the
that-
Mayflower.
Do you know what the Pilgrims were? They were Puritans.
Yeah, I know. No, I
They
don't.
were the crazy Christians.
I know what Puritans are.
We kicked out the crazy Christians.
Good.
That's your country now.
I know.
Your country was built off the
Screw
crazy
you,
Christians.
man.
Yeah.
Actually, no. The Puritans were relatively small. We just
Yeah.
really grandiose them up with our references
Oh.
to them.
Okay, I guess that's just me realizing that not the alt-right. The alt-right is like the young, cool Republicans that are like, I mean, we hate
If
minorities.
you think
but
neo-Nazis
we're
are cool.
Neo-Nazis aren't the alt-right. Neo-Nazis are neo-Nazis. They're their own group in particular. They may
Yeah, but they are a subset of the alt-right.
Yeah, if you want to call the neo-Nazis something, call them UKIP.
Yeah, well, what? Yeah,
So
no,
UKIP reference.
yeah, I got the UKIP
British
reference.
pop-
Congratulations, you made a callback to 4 minutes ago.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, I wish I could make a Mark Maron reference. But we're just stealing his idea. In my head, he was the first person to do a podcast.
We're stealing? I don't know. I'm just talking. This was your idea.
Hey, you calm that UKIP anti-Semitism down, you neo-Nazi. With your blonde hair and your blue eyes.
I made that joke already. Oh, not from their perspective.
Exactly.
That's my joke!
I mean, I was just stating 2 facts. So is that really a joke? I don't even remember you saying that. So
Yeah, I did.
Yes, yeah.
Episode, wherever we wind up putting it, somewhere in there, I made the joke that
At some point, you said it before I.
it was just before we named
Yeah.
the podcast.
Timeline.
It was just before we named the podcast,
Yeah.
which
We should call this the Wibbly Wobbly Podcast.
I say named, came up
'Cause-
with the vague idea
yeah,
for a name.
yeah.
I don't know, y'all know it before we do.
Yeah,
From our perspective. Okay,
No,
you're
we
right.
know before they
Wibbly
do.
wobbly.
Yeah,
Wibbly
'cause-
wobbly is
yeah.
that's honestly a great term for how
Yeah.
we're treating
Yeah.
this.
It's my favorite scene in Doctor Who when he tries to explain
Wibbly
time.
wobbly,
Yeah.
tiny stuff.
Because they had on the DVD from that episode, they had a thing. where you could talk to the doctor. Like, you could download the transcription from that episode. I didn't need it because I remember the lines. And you could talk right back to him. And it's still on YouTube. It's great. But yeah, the only thing that worries me about Jodie Whittaker is that she'll talk and then she'll have that accent. She's from Huddersfield.
I don't know what that means.
It's a town in Yorkshire, in the north of England, and it's the north of England, which means there's those accents.
Okay then.
Like, just hearing her in one interview, I was like, I don't know how I feel about you as an actor.
Oh, so are we putting the link to the improv generator in this description, or?
Is it posted onto the info webs?
It's not yet, but I can upload it in like 5 minutes. Like, actually, I will make the GitHub repository right now.
Josh Groban.
I don't understand the context of that statement.
I was looking at my phone and it said Josh Groban, throwback song, You Raise Me Up is in Sing.
Wow.
Shawn Michaels versus Randy Orton, Mick Foley. Whoa! That's Chris Benoit. You want to know something about Chris Benoit?
Okay.
There's a woman called Nancy Grace, who's the devil.
As for the improv generator,
Can we talk about Nancy Grace?
No, I had to say this because I'm making it right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm uploading. No. Y'all can complain to me about the background, but it literally takes 5 minutes, or like not even 5 minutes, 15 seconds of editing from you people. So, go away.
Yep. So if you want to check out the improv generator, it will be in the description. And don't forget to smash that like button.
I'm gonna cut
and
you.
hit the subscribe. Yeah.
Wait, that was the callback. I think
Yeah,
that
was a callback. That was.
No,
That
well,
was the
call
callback.
forward.
Call forward, call back, same thing. It'll be in there somewhere. They'll know the callbacks before we do, and we'll just have to listen to the comments.
Of course, you've made certain that everyone who ever watches this video is going to dislike it just because you said that phrase.
I mean, it worked for the.
Whoever that.
See,
dude
when
was.
you're dealing with YouTube, you've got to look at ratios, like the subscriber ratio, the like to dislike ratio, things like that. Did YouTube update again?
Wow, a popular website updated. Who's surprised?
I am, because now the border around the top is white, and that worries me. Racism.
It's always racism with you.
Yeah. Shawn Michaels was Randy Orton, Mick Foley, Triple H, and Chris Benoit. I don't see what they had to do with it.
Huh. So I just realized, actually, I haven't licensed any of my software I pushed to GitHub.
You should probably license it.
Well, I've released most of it into the public domain.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Take it down, license it. Don't let them take your work from you. That's what happened to Alan Turing. That's why the Americans think they won World War II.
No, we think that we won World War II. I say we. Wrong sentence, but...
You're American.
Yeah, but I don't think we won the war. Not single-handedly.
Yeah, no, it was an allied thing with Britain actually winning the war. Alan Turing won the war.
Alan Turing won the war.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Apparently, yeah. To be perfectly honest, there's going to be lots of comments about Alan Turing, isn't there?
Yeah.
Of course there is.
Like, if we make any eunuch jokes, I'm making an Alan Turing joke.
Unix jokes?
Eunuch jokes.
No, I know, I was...
Oh, eunuchs.
Yeah, because computers.
Oh.
And Alan Turing.
Ah. I meant because he was a eunuch by the time.
Yeah, no, that was the joke.
Oh.
Stop explaining the joke. You're supposed to be a comedian.
There are stupid people out there who probably wouldn't have gotten that. And Frankie Boyle did a joke on the death of Robin Williams, so...
This is why your family didn't love you.
No one is safe.
It's just, there's so much blank space in these podcasts.
We're gonna edit that out.
Yeah,
okay. But hold on. Like, we're still talking, but... Oh my god! That is such a botch.
And now the weather.
That's his fault. Sorry. In wrestling, when someone makes a mistake in a wrestling move, it's called a botch. And it's a gif, because it's pronounced gif and not gif. You pronounce it Jarfield. Or Jamiroquai. Actually, you do pronounce it Jamiroquai.
What?
Google it. You wouldn't pronounce...
You don't pronounce it Juggle it.
Yeah, you don't Google it. You Google it.
The lesson here is hard G's before a vowel.
Yeah.
GIF,
Yeah.
or just say GIF.
Yeah, but there's a GIF that's been going on of a wrestler, an indie wrestler who botched a move where he was going to do an elbow on a guy through a table, and he like lands full onto the ground instead of anywhere near where he was supposed to. That guy's elbow is definitely broken. He probably won't wrestle anymore. His career's over, and it's his fault.
What's the truth value of void?
0.
Probably.
We were talking about something specific. Well, I was. I was complaining about something.
Probably. He complains a lot.
It wasn't Jodie Whittaker. I was done with that. I just don't want to hear her stupid Yorkshire accent.
I get so much hate.
From who? People in Yorkshire? They don't care. They know their accent is horrible. I'm from Liverpool. I knew my accent was horrible. The guess that people had.
So much hate.
The guess that people had for Christopher Eccleston leaving after one series of Doctor Who, that he had a Newcastle accent. I believe that's where he's from. He might be from Manchester. One of the two. Actually, Newcastle's in Manchester, isn't it? You're English. You should know this. I don't care about the north of England.
But you're from the north of England.
Yeah, and?
In this episode, we talk a lot about Britain.
But I'm from the important part of the north of England, Liverpool.
Once again, in this episode, we talk a lot about Britain. And then don't talk. This is going to annoy
I'm
me.
Googling.
Yes, and I'm reading about Isaac Newton. Do you have
Christopher Eccleston, born on the 16th of February 1964, is an English actor. He is known for portraying the Ninth Doctor in the British television series Doctor Who, Matt Jameson in the American drama series The Leftovers on HBO. That doesn't tell me where he's from. Oh yeah, he's from Manchester. Langworthy, Salford, in Greater Manchester. Oh, yeah, that explains his annoying accent. And I know what you're thinking, well, shouldn't the Scottish accent be annoying too? It's not an annoying accent. It's a very distinct and lovely accent. Certain actors are considered English and others are considered British. I love it. But no, see, the difference between being British and English is when you're British, you're from a part of Britain. When you're English, you're from England. That's the difference. Like Sylvester McCoy. You could call him British, even though he's Scottish. Whereas Tom Baker is English, so you call him English. He was in The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. He was in all the Hobbit films, actually. Including The Desolation of Smaug. That's how it's pronounced, Smaug.
I thought it was smog.
It's Smaug. And Bill Hartnell.
We somehow got from Britain to actors.
Oh no, I was just explaining the difference between English and British. And why the northern accent is annoying. Have you ever listened to Oasis?
No.
You heard the song Wonderwall? Just that accent is just annoying.
Oh, hey, we're pushing 28 minutes.
Look at that. And all it is a complaint about England.
We have such a great start to our, just such a great
If you want to
first
check
episode.
out the worst YouTube on the planet, check out Jake Paul, Logan Paul, or Milo Yiannopoulos. One of those is an alt-rightist. Try to guess which one.
It's me again. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching, and if you want to listen to more, subscribe. Thanks. Bye.